Okay, good morning everyone. So today in our demo session, we will discuss about some of the topics related to the cybersecurity. Okay. So then after in our regular classes we will continue with our main modules. Okay. So before going to that, can you tell me what do you mean by cybersecurity? Anybody? Protecting data. Okay. That's it. Main purpose is protecting data. Mm. That's it. Mm. Okay. So CIA, okay. Apart from that, and what about what do you mean by cybersecurity? From malware attacks? Okay. So okay guys. So can I say cybersecurity is a technology which focus on, as you mentioned, protecting data. So what kind of data it is? Why should we protect the malicious data? So digital data, because whatever the information we store in the computers or hard disk, USB or any storage device, the data will be in the digital format. Now you can see the notepad here, right? And the information what we are writing over here. So this can be called as the digital information or like the physical information. మీరు అటెండ్ చేస్తుంది క్లాస్ రూమ్ ఇక్కడ. So this is the digital information. Okay. So that is the reason we are calling it as a protecting digital information. I mean digital data or information including devices, network, application and organization. Okay. So this can be called as a cyber security. So can I say like that? How many of you agree with this statement? Only one? Everyone, because I said it, so this is the correct thing, right? So I hope everyone are comfortable with English. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So why should we protect the information? And Subramaniam, what are you doing? Why do we protect the information or data, as you mentioned? I am asking why should we protect, not what kind of information. Why should we protect? First thing, to not leak a sensitive data. So what kind of information it is? Sensitive data means credentials. Okay. Research paper. Okay, fine.
According to organization, every data will be valuable to them. If it is exposed to it,
Exposure to
other companies, they can look at their information and build an another product.
So what about the information related to the individual person?
Individuals also is very important because we have.
Then why you are focusing only on the organization?
We have. We need to protect.
My question is, what is sensitive data? This is my question. What is sensitive data? So here you mentioned not to leak the sensitive information you mentioned, right? So what do you mean by sensitive data here? It can be defense data of nation, like government firms and government. And you are saying something which is important for us and not for others. If it is not important for others, why will they steal that information? Okay, so everyone are saying like the government information. What if it is related to the individual information? I did not understand. గట్టిగా మాట్లాడండి. Banking details. Okay. So that should be protected or not? It should be protected. Okay. మీరు చాలా నేర్చుకోవాలి ఇలా అయితే. So guys, the information can be related to the individual person or organization or government firm, anything it can be. That should be protected. So sensitive information is not only the passwords. Let's say your name, your phone number, and your mail ID, whether it is a sensitive information or not. Then how many of you are sharing your details in the shopping malls and medical halls and in the like PVR cinema theaters or anywhere? If it is a sensitive information, why you are sharing that information? How can you believe them? So how can you believe them? Okay, let me tell you one incident. So do you know Uber company? Uber has faced with a data breach attack. And what kind of information we provide over there? Name, username, email address and the phone number to create the account. And along with that, it is going to have the details of dropping and pickup location. In case if you are having if you are making the payment through the electronic wallets, then that information will be stored into the application. And for not to reveal that actually Uber has faced with the data breach attack. Okay, so it was suffered with the data breach attack. For not to reveal that information over the internet, the Uber has paid around $350 billion to the hackers. Just the information which you are giving for free. Your name, phone number, and mail address. Someone is caring about you, but not we. Right? So $350 billion is not a simple thing, right? Okay, Divesh. And nowadays it was quite common for everyone like sharing the Aadhaar card everywhere. Actually, do you know the value of the Aadhaar card? So what it is? It is the digital footprint of our life. Okay, it is the digital footprint of our life where it is having the details about it is linked with our bank address, bank details, no matter how many bank accounts you have. Okay, and also it is having the details about your LPG connection, your phone numbers, and even like all your like your date of birth and your name and your address. Everything was linked with the data Aadhaar card database, including your fingerprints. Yes or no? What if someone gets access to your database, Aadhaar card information? To
They can mimic us.
so they will misuse. What kind of misuse it is? Okay. Okay, let us talk in this way. How many of you know about the Jio SIM cards?
Yes.
Yeah, Jio SIM. How many of you are aware of that Jio SIM? Don't you know about Jio? Yes, right? So when it was launched in the year, I think it was in the year 2017 or 18, not 2017, it's in 2016, I think. Okay. When it was launched into the market, they have offered the unlimited calling facility and unlimited data usage for all the customers. But how much investment they have to keep for that providing that free services to the people? See, giving the service to the entire India, okay, unlimited internet and unlimited calling facility during that time. So billions of dollars, right? So during that time, the recharge price is too high. If you want to recharge per month, you need to pay somewhere around 300 or 350 like that for any other SIM cards. And also, if you want to make use of the internet, you will be having a separate internet pack to recharge to utilize the internet. And even if you are getting the broadband connection, you need to pay minimum 500 to 600 rupees for the optical fiber, say like broadband cables, okay, or broadband connection. But they were able to give the service for free. So they need to open the geo office for each and every city. They need to hire the employees and they need to maintain the towers and they may need to maintain the switches, routers, and even internet service cables, everything, right? So, by that time, the Geo is having almost around 10 million users as their customers for the Geo SIM cards. So providing such a huge facility for 10 million people means how many employees they should hire and for how many people they need to pay the salaries, how big infrastructure they need to maintain and how many data centers they need to maintain, and they need to provide the service for 24 by 7 without any interruption. Now tell me how much investment they have done and why they are giving it for free. What did they get from it? Business strategy.
First 3 to 6 months free చేసిన తర్వాత
Actually, more than 1 year free గా ఇచ్చారు వాళ్ళు. More than 1 year free గా ఇచ్చారు.
పర్సనల్ డేటాని
And if you remember, Jio company is the first SIM card service provider who has collected Aadhaar card as a mandatory for providing the SIM cards. And also they have made them mandatory for the KYC as well, where even the issue was raised into the court as well, where the court has declared that no one has to force the customers to submit their Aadhaar card, okay, for getting the SIM card. Any government ID proof is okay for getting the SIM card. Still, till today, everyone are giving their Aadhaar cards for getting the SIM card, and you are giving your photo. Everyone are doing your KYC. So that means you are completely giving access to your entire database, right? So how can you secure yourself then? Yes, they were collecting the information, and then after there are a lot of cases on the like there are a lot of articles which are released on the Geo company that they were selling the personal data of the people. And even if you remember, Geo is the company who has implemented the Vivo LTE calling facility. Before that, we don't have the Vivo LTE calling facility, and the Geo has introduced the Vivo LTE calling facility, where the calls will be gone through the internet packets, okay, through the network, where it will be very easy to intercept the network traffic and whatever we are talking, whatever the messages we are sending, and whatever the data we are browsing, every information was being moderated by them, where they are selling the data to other country people, where they are making money. And you know what? During that time, even our PM Modi has implemented the new policy called the Digital India, Go Cashless. How many of you are aware of that? So the project value is like 500 crores of rupees, out of which 250 crores were given by the Geo company only. 50% of the shares are belong to the Reliance company. They are giving for free, and also they have invested 50% of the money into that. So how can they able to manage that much of money? See, they are the business people. No one will do anything for free. without any profits. They cannot do anything for free. Okay, so they will have always different strategies. And because of the geo, the internet users were increased in India. And nowadays, India was in the top one position in the most internet users throughout the world. We are standing in the top place. Okay, so these things are happening in the market where people are making business with your personal data of individual, not the organization. Okay, and actually, when the Aadhaar cards was launched into the market now, the government has made the decision to issue the Aadhaar cards now. So they during that time, near the Uttar Pradesh or somewhere, some people's fingerprints were not captured properly. Then what the government has done is like they have given the contract to the third party people to collect the fingerprints of the people. Okay, for the KYC. And during that time, the government has given the direct admin portal access to them where they can able to get our data. And our data which is stored into the Aadhaar card now, that was sold in the dark web for 10 rupees. Only for 10 rupees. Okay. And not per user. So how it will be is like they will keep the data over the dark web and they will be giving some time limit like 5 minutes or 10 minutes. So the price is 10 rupees. How much data you are getting, you can collect that much of data within the given time. If you want more, again you need to pay some extra money. So that is the money the hackers have invested to collect your data. And because of that, till today, you are getting the call stating that we are calling from so and so bank and you are having the account in our bank. Actually, we are updating our things. So you will be getting the OTP on your phone number. So please tell the OTP so that we can release your account. Otherwise, your account may get freezed. Okay. Otherwise, how will they come to know in which bank you are having the account? So these things are happen, and a lot of allegations were also happened that the other code data was being leaked and the database is not secure. Before some years it was happened. Then the government has officially made the statement that no one can able to hack the database of the other code. It was safe and secure. But there is no place for 100% security. Okay. So here, what did you understand from all these things? No system is secure. That is fine. For 100%, nothing is secure over here. Okay. And nothing is free. For sure, nothing is free. For example, how many of you are using the Instagram here? Everyone. Facebook, everyone. So before Instagram, Messenger is also used by majority of the people. And WhatsApp, everyone. How much money you are paying to them? Then, who is the owner of these 4 applications? Mark Zuckerberg. Okay. Actually, Mark Zuckerberg, he has started with the Facebook application. That is also a copy idea from one of his seniors. And he copied that idea from one of his seniors. They had him as a developer. But instead, he has launched the application on his own with the help of his friend. Okay. For time pass, he did one application. And many people are becoming lazy because of these kind of applications where they are spending a lot of time on these unnecessary things. Okay. Imagine our life without social media. We will be having a lot of time to focus on our day-to-day works. But because of the social media, swipe up or swipe down or left or right, so it's done. Our day is done 24/7. Okay. So the thing is like Facebook and Instagram, Messenger, WhatsApp, everything was offered for free. But you know what? That guy Mark Zuckerberg, he was the Harvard dropout student, okay, graduation dropout student from the Harvard University, and he started to launch that application, and it was came into the market in the year 2004. Okay. Before that, we will be using Orkut or like the Yahoo messengers to communicate with the people. Okay. And at the age of below 20 years, he is the Forbes richest person, first Forbes richest person with that age. The service is giving for free, but he is the Forbes richest person. How come it is possible? And not even Bill Gates. And even at the age of 22 or 23, again, he is the Forbes richest person. So like that, he was the Forbes richest person for 3 times continuously. Okay. And he has that record by offering the free service to us, where we are not even paying a single rupee. Now we are having the digital advertisements, okay, digital marketing things. But during that time, there are no digital marketing things. But still, he was able to provide the service to some millions of users, and he is running such a big company with some thousands and lakhs of employees, and with the huge data center, and the service is offered for 24 by 7 without any interruption. And then after, he was able to purchase the Instagram, okay, somewhere around $12 billion or something, okay. And then after, he has given birth to his baby, where he has donated all his net worth rupees to the poor people. He has donated his entire net worth money, okay. And after 1 year or 1.5 year, again he bought the WhatsApp application somewhere around 10 to 11 million dollars. So 10 to 11 billion dollars. How can he able to get that much of money within the span of 1 year or 1.5 year? For us to earn that money, how much time it will take? And with the free services. So ఎలా దొరుకుతారు? కన్సర్న్ అంతా మీరే అగ్రీ చేస్తున్నారు కదా గైడ్ లైన్స్ అండి. Now, for example, see, before WhatsApp is a chatting application. Now it was completely converting it into the social media application. So whenever you were not upgrading the application is not gonna work for you. Okay, you have to upgrade. Before that, they were showing the important things in the updated application. Okay, and you need to agree that.
What are the updates?
Yeah, and also you need to upgrade that and you need to update that. See, if you want to use the application, you are giving the permission to the camera, mic, and contacts, storage device, and also your physical activity, location, and whatnot. So everything was being given. Okay, even call logs. So storage and the photos వస్తుంది, and call logs as well, messages as well. Then you are agreeing for everything. You are clicking on yellow button. So who will like take the case against them? Because we are accepting the things. So they are doing it without permission. Since we are the authorized person to our mobile, we are giving the application, sorry, permission. Then who will catch him? He is doing everything with the permission. Okay, not only he, all the applications will be asking you allow or don't allow. If you click on don't allow, the application won't work. So if you want to use the application, you need to accept for sure. This is what it is happening. So if someone is keeping a case against them, they will say people has accepted that. We have the all the proofs with us, so we cannot do anything. Okay. So with this, what did you understand? Hello. See, the thing is like nothing is available for free, and also the most valuable asset on this earth. So money is a power. So Divesh is having a lot of fantasies, I hope so. So the thing is like, okay, Divesh, no problem. So the thing is like, actually it was interrupted. So let it be. So the people who are doing business with the data, they are gonna lead the industry for sure. Okay. So here, what is the most valuable asset on this earth? Our personal data. Don't say gold or like diamond or anything. Seriously, our personal data is the most valuable asset on this earth, where people are making business with our data. They seriously, we are not working for ourselves or for our family, but to help others. We are working very hard by posting all our information into the social media, where people are making some billions of dollars of rupees, and they are leading a very happy life, and we are remaining like this. Yes or no? Yep. So that is the reason it is very much important for us to focus on securing the data. Otherwise, people will misuse the information. But so far, we did not discuss about the misusing of the information. And before that, I will tell you one more scenario. So, how many of you know about the British Airways company? Even you don't. So, British Airways is one of the biggest flight service company. Okay. So not only Netflix, every application will give Hotstar, Amazon, everyone will give that. Okay. And even whenever you're talking something, your microphones can able to hear to you, and they are gonna share the advertisements related to that. Or if you're searching for anything over the Instagram or even on the browser or anything, related reels and related advertisements will be shown to you. Okay, so that is what collection of the cookies. Whenever you open your any website, they will be giving a pop-up like collection of the cookies, right? So those are like your session related information where they are gonna stored over there, and based upon that the relevant things will be shown to us whenever we are browsing. Okay. And British Airways. So how many of you know about the British Airways? One of the biggest flight service company. Okay, it was there from so long, but when it is coming to your generation, you don't even know the name of the British Airways, because the company was completely shut down because of the data breach attack. It was suffered with the cyber attack where the data breach was happened on that company. Okay, the customer data has been revealed. Okay, where they have paid somewhere around $400 billion to the hackers, and even for not maintaining the privacy of the customer data. Actually, it was happened for 2 times on the same company, and for not maintaining the privacy on the customer's data, even their country government has like put a fine up to $400 billion as well for the British Airways company, where they have lost all their money in paying their debts and the fines, which leads to the completely shutdown of the organization. So such a big company, we can't even see the survival or existence of that company now. It is just because of a minute error, they failed to protect the personal data of their customers. Okay. And such a big company was completely collapsed. Okay. Now I will tell you one more name. You will come to know about that company, Sony. Everyone know about the Sony company, right? So before 10 years, Sony is one of the biggest competitor with Apple and Samsung. So these are the three, like what do we say? These are the three brand companies in the market: Sony, Apple, and Samsung. Okay. But from last 10 years, if you observe the graph, can you able to see the Sony products in the market? So the outdated products which are already available, like Sony Bravo TV or like the Sony VR laptop, or these kind of things are available. Also in the showrooms, also you can find only very less products of the Sony, not such a big products. Okay, as we are having in the earlier. Okay, do you know the reason why it was happened? It's not with the data breach. So Sony has suffered with the cyber attack where the hackers got access to their database and they have completely wiped the data into their database. Okay. So actually the thing is like Sony is having its root into the multiple sectors. Okay. Like they were having their wings into the Sony Sports and Sony Entertainment, Sony Pictures, Sony Music, and Sony Gadgets, electronics. So there are different things for the Sony. Okay. So Sony Pictures have produced for a movie where it is on one of the leader. So their country people has won the Sony Pictures not to release that movie into the theaters. So instead, what they did is like instead of releasing it into the theaters, they have launched that movie into the OTT platform. So because of that, their country people has did the cyber attack on the Sony company where they have wiped the entire data of the Sony company. Remember, the data which is wiped and overlooked can't be retrieved at any cost. Okay, so they have lost all their data and they failed to build their new products because entire data has gone. So their architectures, blueprints, designs, and their upcoming things, all the documentation, everything got wiped from the database. So how can they able to build the new products into the market? So till today, the Sony company is struggling. It was happened in the year 2015 or 16, but till today, they are struggling a lot to enter into the market. But since the Sony is into the different sectors now, they are getting the funds from the different things and they were investing it on their electronic gadget products. Okay. So you can see the impact of the cyber attack. The reason for discussing this topic is to know the impact of the cyber attack. The companies are getting collapsed. Okay, if they were having the proper cybersecurity expert into their company, so they can able to take care of these kind of things where they can able to defend from these cyber attacks and they help the organization in running their business in a smooth way. So that is the reason nowadays every companies are looking for the cybersecurity experts who can able to not to protect the data, to defend the cyber attacks. Okay, because giving 100% security is not possible, but we need to reduce the chances of the attack as much as possible, which results in the smooth running of the organization, as well as it helps us in reducing the downtime of the organization, and we can run the business smoothly and we can earn the profits. So every company should work on the profits, right? To work with their operations, no matter if they are having the developers or not, or testers or not, or like the admin team or anything, but the security team is very much important in the organization. So network and security team is very much important in the organization. Okay, so that is the reason nowadays you can see a lot of jobs in the cyber security. There is a huge increase in the cyber security jobs. Actually, the cyber security technology was there in the market from many years before 1980s only. Okay, but we got to aware of this cyber security after the COVID, post COVID. Majority of the people got to know about the cyber security post COVID. So before COVID also we are having this technology and there are plenty of jobs. And look at me, I was working in this field from almost 11 plus years. So that means you can see from how long it was there into the market. Okay. So since these many things are happening in the real time, so that is the reason there is a huge requirement for the cybersecurity experts. And one more thing, earlier, whenever you are going for the training programs now, if you are learning with the tool-based things now, that is fine for getting the jobs in the competitive world. Okay. But nowadays, to get the job in the current scenario, you can see there are a lot of layoffs are being taken place. Yes or no? Majority of the people are losing their jobs. Okay. And even the experienced candidate who are having 13 years, 15 years, or 20 years of experience, even they are being laid off from the industry without any notice directly. Okay, why it is happening? Seriously, so because they are not updating themselves. So you can see the things which are not updated in the market, they can't even survive in the market. Okay, so for example, you can see earlier we used to have the TVs with such a big boxes. Okay, but those are like the black and white TVs, and then after we got the color TVs with the flat round, and then after now we are seeing the slim TVs. Okay, and then after we got the flat smart TVs. Okay, when the smart TVs or slim TVs are coming into the market, people are purchasing those old TVs. No, because they are not upgraded. They stopped over there only. So people started to use the latest things. So that is the reason everyone coming to this. Okay. And not only that, even consider the keypad mobiles. Earlier, having the mobile is a great thing. Then after, when the touchscreen mobiles were implemented, now people stopped using the keypad mobiles, right? And then after, we got the smartphones. Then people stopped using the normal touch phones as well, where we are having the internet and cameras and everything into the phone. So why it was happening? Because of the advancement of the technology, we stopped using the outdated things and we started using the latest things. So with this, what did you understand? Things which are not updated, which are outdated, they don't have any kind of survival or existence in the market. No matter how big company you are running or what kind of position you are, that is completely paused. but the present is completely related with the technology. See, not only that, even every day, whatever the applications you are using into your mobile, you are upgrading them, right? You are updating your applications to work with the new features of the application. In the same way, the company is also looking for the candidate who is having the updated skills. Only they will be hired into the organization. So learning a single tool or going for the certification or like having the education background or experience doesn't gonna make sense in this competitive world. You can see there is a huge competition in the current market. So the people who adopt their things with the help of the AI bring the better results in the organization. Only they were being continued in the organization. People who are unaware of using the AI technology into their day-to-day work, no matter which domain you are working for. So in any domain, the candidate, the employee should have knowledge on using the AI to bring the best output and best results into the organization. Only they were having their survival in the organization. Apart from that, everyone are being laid off. So that is the reason nowadays you can see lot of layoffs are happening over here. So since the layoffs are happening, it doesn't mean that we don't have the jobs in the market. We are having plenty of jobs in the market, but the thing is like the companies are struggling hard to find the skillful candidate who can fulfill their requirements. Okay, for example, if you want to purchase a mobile, a product, so what will you do? You will check for all the specifications and you will like look into the budget as well, right? So then after you will compare the different mobiles under the same budget, and what will you do based upon that? You will choose which mobile you want to purchase. So less price with better specifications. Yes or no? In the same way, whenever a employee is being hired into the organization, the companies also will look for the same thing, right? Because they are investing the salary on you, they are investing the money on you, and they are expecting something from you where you are gonna fulfill their requirements. In case if you fail to fulfill the requirements now, how can they invest on you? Yes or no? So to test that skills, that is the reason the companies are having the thing called probation period. So during your probation period, they will be tracking your skills, and if you are fit for the skills when they requirement, then they continue you as a permanent employee, or else they will be terminating you from the position.
Available in deep search.
ఎందుకు లేవు? సి లేటెస్ట్ టూల్స్ అని ఏం లేదు, యాక్చువల్ గా ఉన్న టూల్స్ లో ఏ ఇంటిగ్రేట్ చేయడమే ఇంపార్టెంట్. సో నా డేస్
కంప్లీట్ యాక్సెసిబుల్ అంటే చాలా అటెన్షన్ డౌన్ చేయాలి
దేనికి పెన్ టెస్టింగ్ అదే ఎందుకు యూస్ చేయాలి మీరు?
మామూలు స్కానింగ్ చేయడం.
స్కానింగ్ కి మీరు నెసెస్ యూస్ చేసుకోవచ్చు కదా, ఎన్మ్యాప్ యూజ్ చేసుకోవచ్చు, వనరబిలిటీ అసెస్మెంట్ కి నెసెస్ యూజ్ చేసుకోవచ్చు, అండ్ మాన్యువల్ స్కానింగ్ పర్ఫామ్ చేయొచ్చు, నెక్టో యూజ్ చేయొచ్చు, and even you can use the net discover. So there are a lot of things are there. Net discover. So there are a lot of things. Nessus is separate to like. So even some people are using the Qualys, and some people are using the OpenVAS. Any tools ఉన్నాయి కదా. ఏ టూల్స్ గురించి డిస్కస్ చేయలేదు, ఏ టెక్నాలజీ గురించి డిస్కస్ చేస్తున్నాం. I am not discussing about the tools, I am talking about the technology. That is what I already told you now. Learning with the tool-based learning is completely became outdated into the market. That is what I am saying. I am not discussing about the tools here. So it doesn't mean that we are not going to cover the tools in our training program. We will be covering plenty of tools in the training program where you can use them in the industry as well. Okay. But you need to change your way of learning where you will be fit for the company positions. Okay. So అందరూ ట్రైనింగ్ తీసుకుంటున్నారు, అందులో మిమ్మల్ని ఎందుకు హైడ్ చేసుకోవాలి?
వాళ్ళు 26 లో జరిగే ఎక్కువ అడుగుతాం.
మీరు ఎలా ప్రిడిక్ట్ చేస్తారు కంపెనీ ఏం అడుగుతుంది? మీరు అటెండ్ అయ్యారా ఇంటర్వ్యూ, సైబర్ సెక్యూరిటీ ఇంటర్వ్యూ? ఎన్ని ఇంటర్వ్యూస్ అటెండ్ అయ్యారు? 1 or 2 ని బేస్ చేసుకొని మీరు ఎలా ప్రిడిక్ట్ చేస్తారు? There are some lakhs of companies.
అంటే ప్రెషర్ కి మనం తీసుకోవాలని పెట్టేది. But like 2+ years పెట్టేసి
ఎవరు చెప్పారు ఫ్రెషర్స్ కి తీసుకోవట్లేదు
that is big zero like 1 to చూపిస్తుంది అప్లై చేసిన
So she is my student on June 8th, just before 2 days. Okay, today is the 10th, I hope so. So she shared her experience because she has done with the training and she was able to crack the job company under the network domain. Okay, with the cybersecurity skills. She has to work on protecting the servers. And as a fresher, she was given the package of 20,000 per month during her probation period. And if the skills are okay, then she will be continued for the permanent with different package. Okay, so so on May 26th at night around 12 a.m. Okay, so somewhere around May 27th, one more student has texted me that he was selected for the Wipro Nanakramguda with the package of 3.25 lakhs as a fresher. And not only him, majority of my students are getting jobs in the different companies. And one student has joined for the Bangalore-based company. Even in the US, my students is working. So it doesn't mean that there are no jobs for the fresher. So everyone are getting the jobs. They have done their batch very recently, and you are seeing with the dates as well, right? And then now tell me, don't we have the jobs in the market for freshers? అప్లై చేసే జాబ్ రాదు, ఓకేనా? యాక్చువల్లీ రెజ్యూమ్ పిక్ అవ్వాలంటే ప్రాసెస్ అన్న ఐడియా ఉందా? ఎలా ఉంటుంది?
like resume లో keywords
ఏటీఎస్ ఓకే, బట్ ఏటీఎస్ కంటే ముందు మీ రెజ్యూమ్ లో ఉన్న ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ మీరు ఎలా ప్రూవ్ చేసుకోగలుగుతారు? మీకు స్కిల్స్ ఉన్నాయి, మీరు ప్రాజెక్ట్స్ మీద వర్క్ చేశారు, అండ్ మీరు కంపెనీకి ఫిట్ అవుతారని మీరు ఎలా ప్రూవ్ చేయగలుగుతారు వితౌట్ ఎనీ నాలెడ్జ్ ఆర్ ఎనీథింగ్? Then why the company will hire you? They don't even pick our resume first thing. Even though ATS ఏంటి ఒక సాఫ్ట్వేర్ కాబట్టి ఈజీగా మ్యానిపులేట్ చేయొచ్చు కీవర్డ్స్ ని, అండ్ చాట్ జీపీటీలో జాబ్ లోని బేస్ చేసుకొని ఒక రెజ్యూమ్ ప్రిపేర్ చేసుకొని ఏటీఎస్ ని మనం బైపాస్ చేసుకోవచ్చు. దట్ ఈస్ ఏ ఫైన్ థింగ్, ఓకే. బట్ హెచ్ఆర్ దగ్గరికి వెళ్ళాక మీ రెజ్యూమ్ చూసినప్పుడు వై షుడ్ దే కాల్ యూ? వాట్ ఈస్ సంథింగ్ స్పెషల్ ఇన్ యూ ఫ్రమ్ అదర్ పీపుల్? That is what we need to focus on in this training program, and we should be prepared for that, and then we can apply for the companies. Okay, so training అంటే ఒక మాడ్యూల్ ఇచ్చారు, దాని నుంచి ట్రైన్ చేశారు, టూల్స్ చెప్పారు, చేపించారు, అది కాదు కదా. సో కార్పొరేట్ ట్రైనింగ్ అంటే ఏంటి? We should prepare you for the companies where you will be gaining the confidence that you are going to crack the interview in any company. Okay, and along with that you can utilize these skills, whatever the skills you learn here now, you need to utilize them in the organization during your job, where you need not to depend upon any other person. So company కి వెళ్ళాక మీకు ట్రైనింగ్ ఇస్తారా అంటే ఇవ్వరు, ఎస్పెషల్లీ సైబర్ సెక్యూరిటీలో అయితే పాసిబుల్ అవ్వదు. సో సమ్ కంపెనీస్ ఇస్తే ఇవ్వచ్చు, దట్స్ ద డిఫరెంట్ సినారియో, బట్ you should be able to work on your own. Further, you need to have that skills. Okay, సో రెజ్యూమేలో మీరు పెట్టిన ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ అంతా కూడా మ్యాచ్ అవుతుందా లేదా అనేది కూడా చెక్ చేసుకుంటారు కదా. సో వీటన్నిటిని కన్సిడర్ చేసుకునే కదా ఇంటర్వ్యూ కాల్స్ కానీ, లేదంటే ఇంటర్వ్యూలో వాళ్ళు మిమ్మల్ని అడిగిన క్వశ్చన్స్ ని మీరు ఆన్సర్ చేయడమేనా, ఎవ్రీథింగ్ అలానే ఉంటుంది కదా. సో based upon the position they will be asking you the questions. But in this training program, so with this training program you are going to gain the knowledge equivalent to the 5 years candidate in the industry. Okay, and along with that మినిమం 60 to 80% థింగ్స్ అయితే మీ ఇంటర్వ్యూలో నేను ఒక 15 పొజిషన్స్ ఇస్తాను మీకు. ఆ 15 రోల్స్లో మీరు ఏ రోల్కి అప్లై చేసుకున్నా కూడా మినిమం 60 to 80% ఇంటర్వ్యూలో కవర్ అవుతుంది. అండ్ మీరు కంపెనీలోకి వెళ్ళి జాబ్ చేసే టైంలో కూడా ఇక్కడ నేర్చుకున్న థింగ్సే 60 to 80% అక్కడ వర్క్ చేస్తారు. అది నేను గ్యారంటీ ఇవ్వగలను. సో ఐ వాజ్ ఆఫరింగ్ మై ట్రైనింగ్స్ ఫ్రమ్ ఆల్మోస్ట్ 9+ years. Okay, and I have had the experience of training more than 20,000+ people so far. Okay, So you can imagine how much experience I'm having. And I used to update my syllabus regularly based upon the requirements of the company. And I was having my meetings with the different company people to understand the gaps in the requirements. And based upon that, I was making my changes in my training program. Okay. సో ఇక్కడ మీరు టెక్నాలజీ నేర్చుకోవడానికి వచ్చారు, సిలబస్ ని నేర్చుకోవడానికి అయితే కాదు. ఓకే, సో దట్ ఈస్ వాట్. So guys, can you hear me in the online? Am I audible? Okay. So that is how we are going to cover in this training program. We are preparing you for the industry where you will be having different activities and different things, and 70 to 80% of the practical knowledge. So ఏ కంపెనీ అయినా కూడా మీ ప్రాక్టికల్ నాలెడ్జ్ ని బేస్ చేసుకొని చూసుకుంటారు. ఓకే, నాట్ ద థియరిటికల్ నాలెడ్జ్. Cyber security is all about the practical stuff. It's not about the theoretical. Okay, and cyber security is the only technology which is very easy to access for the freshers and career gap peoples and career switching peoples, like from other domain to the cyber security domain, and people who are coming from non-IT to IT. So for everyone, this is one of the best technology they can choose in the current market. And irrespective of your education background, irrespective of your certifications and the experience, the companies are ready to hire you if you showcase your skills. And it's not told by me. You can check with the Economic Forum, or like even from the BBC or Guardian, and even the Washington DC has given a statement before 2 years only that in case if you are showcasing your skills, irrespective of your knowledge, I mean irrespective of your education, certifications and the experience, we are ready to offer you the jobs with $1 lakh of package. Okay, so you can check it in the internet only. Nothing was told by me. Every information was available in the internet. So cybersecurity is the only technology where you can utilize your skills globally, not stick to that particular city or particular company or anything. Global ga mere ekkadiki velli kuda sustain avvochu. Okay, so working into this field is completely different, and you will enjoy your work, and you will be having the job satisfaction as well, where you don't get it in another jobs. Okay, కోర్స్ వచ్చేసి మీకు 2.5 to 3 months పడుతుంది అయిపోవడానికి, బికాస్ ప్రాక్టికల్ సెషన్స్ రైట్. 2 weeks అనేది మేము బఫర్ జోన్ లో పెట్టుకుంటాము టు ట్రబుల్ షూట్ యువర్ ల్యాబ్ రిలేటెడ్ థింగ్స్, బికాస్ యూ నీడ్ టు వర్క్ ఎవ్రీథింగ్ హ్యాండ్స్ ఆన్ రైట్. సో ల్యాబ్స్ లో ఇష్యూస్ రావచ్చు, ట్రబుల్ షూట్ అవ్వచ్చు, దానికి మేము మళ్ళీ మీకు టైం స్పెండ్ చేయాలి. సో యూ కెన్ కన్సిడర్ అప్ టు 3 months. ఇన్ బిట్వీన్ 2.5 to 3 months ఎప్పుడైనా. లేదు మీరు కొంచెం స్లో లెర్నర్స్, ఇంకో 1 week ఎక్స్టెండ్ అవ్వండి, ప్రాబ్లం ఏం లేదు. మిమ్మల్ని ట్రైన్ చేసి పంపించడం మా వర్క్. ఓకే, and daily you will be having 1 hour session. Okay, and if you're having any doubts, already group kuda create chesaru anukunta, so you will be having the group where you can able to like share your doubts in the group as well, where we will be assisting you. And even make lab assistants ki kuda unnaru, meer ikkada practice cheskunnappudu kuda make support anedi untundi. Okay, and moreover the major difference is like when you compare with other trainings and here, so you will be having complete access to the labs. So all the labs will be installed into your laptops from the day one. Okay, where you can able to practice them throughout your lifetime. Okay, మనం ఇక్కడ ఇచ్చే రిసోర్సెస్ అన్ని మీరు లైఫ్ టైం ప్రాక్టీస్ చేసుకోవచ్చు, 24/7 ఎప్పుడైనా ప్రాక్టీస్ చేసుకోవచ్చు. ఓకే, yes Divesh, so since I was doing it for many years now, so with that only I was saying 3 months is enough. If it is extending for 1 or 2 weeks now, no problem. After completing the things, then only I will wind up the session. Okay, and one more thing, this training is a combination of both red team and blue team operations. Okay, you will be covered with the cybersecurity topics, ethical hacking related things, and even for the networking. So complete networking will be taught by me only, and also you will be like introduced to the Linux as well. After teaching about the Linux, then only you are gonna make use of the Kali Linux operating system, and also you will be taught with the vulnerability assessment, information gathering, scanning, and penetration testing. And then after we will be working on the defense and security related things as well, and even the malwares related topic will be covered here. And in the defense and security, again you are working with the firewalls, IDS, and EDRs, endpoint detection and response. Okay, And even you will be working with the VPNs and the Tor browser and the dark web. And along with that, you will be working with the SOC related things where you are gonna deploy each and every tool on your own from the ground level. సో ఆర్గనైజేషన్ లో మీకు ఫీజిబిలిటీ అయితే రాదు, బట్ ఇక్కడ ప్రతిదీ మీరే చేస్తారు. అందుకే టార్ బ్రౌజర్ అని చెప్పాను కదా. టార్ యాక్సెస్ చేయదా టార్ బ్రౌజర్? నేను చూపిస్తాను, నేను చూపిస్తాను అంటున్నాను.
లింక్స్ ఉంటాయి కదా, లింక్స్ చేసినప్పుడు
మీకు అదే లింక్ రెగ్యులర్ గా యూజ్ చేస్తారని మీరు ఎలా అనుకుంటున్నారు? ఇన్ కేస్ లింక్ FBI వాళ్ళు కానీ ఎవరైనా ట్రేస్ చేశారు అనుకోండి, ఇంకా అదే యూజ్ చేసుకుంటూ కూర్చుంటారు. లింక్స్ చేంజ్ అవుతుంటాయి. ఆబ్వియస్లీ దే ఆర్ డూయింగ్ ఇట్ ఫర్ క్రిమినల్ యాక్టివిటీస్. ద లింక్స్ విల్ ఆల్వేస్ చేంజెస్. ఒకే లింక్ తో ఫిషింగ్ అటాక్ ఎప్పుడు కంటిన్యూగా చేస్తుంటారు. లింక్స్ విల్ చేంజ్, రైట్? సిమిలర్. See that that is what whenever you are going for the training with the mentor rather than the online recordings or like the YouTubes or any other things, whenever you are having the feasibility to communicate with the trainer now, so these kind of doubts will be clarified and you will be having the proper guidance and the step by step way of learning. So ఎలా స్టార్ట్ చేయాలి, ఎలా వెళ్ళి ఒక కంప్లీట్ రోడ్ మ్యాప్ ఉంటుంది మీకు. అలా కాకుండా మనం ఆన్లైన్ లో కానీ యూడెమీ ఇలాంటి వాటిలలో వెళ్ళినప్పుడు ఏంటి అంటే, see they were offering it for 400 or 500 rupees. So the thing is like they will be focusing on most people. So people ఏంటంటే 400 500 ఈజీగా పెట్టేస్తారు, లేదంటే యూట్యూబ్ లో సబ్స్క్రైబర్స్ కోసం తీస్తుంటారు. బట్ దోస్ ఆర్ ఎడిటెడ్ వీడియోస్. ఫర్ us we will look it like it is working, but whenever we are working with that now, it may work or it may not work because those are edited videos, right? బట్ అదే ఇక్కడ లైవ్ లో ప్రతిదీ మనం ట్రబుల్ షూట్ చేసుకుంటూ చేయాలి, which is very much important in the cyber security. You need to troubleshoot the things and you need to understand the scenario. లైక్ అక్కడ అటాక్ ఏం జరిగింది, ఆ అటాక్ కి మనం ఎలా రెస్పాండ్ అవ్వాలి అనేది ఇంపార్టెంట్. ఓకేనా? ఎవ్రీ టైం సేమ్ టూల్ ని యూజ్ చేస్తూ అయితే వర్క్ చేయలేము కదా మనం. ప్రతి అటాక్ కి కూడా సేమ్ టూల్ అయితే యూజ్ అవ్వదు కదా. సో వీ నీడ్ టు అండర్స్టాండ్ వాట్ ఈస్ ద సినారియో అండ్ ఇన్ వాట్ వే వీ నీడ్ టు అప్రోచ్ అండ్ హౌ వాట్ కైండ్ ఆఫ్ టూల్స్ వీ నీడ్ టు యూస్. ఇన్ కేస్ టూల్ ఎర్రర్ వచ్చింది అనుకోండి, వర్క్ చేయడం ఆపేస్తాను. We should find the alternate things. Either we should go with another tool or like we should go with the manual approach. So ప్రతి దాన్ని కూడా అండర్స్టాండ్ చేసుకుంటే మీకు ప్రతి దాని మీద కూడా బ్యాక్గ్రౌండ్ నాలెడ్జ్ అనేది చాలా చాలా ఇంపార్టెంట్. ఓకేనా? సో దట్ ఈస్ వాట్ వీఆర్ ట్రైనింగ్ యూ హియర్ ఫర్ దీస్ థింగ్స్. ఓకే, ఎగ్జాంపుల్ కి ఈ మొబైల్ ఉంది. ఈ మొబైల్ యూస్ చేయడం తెలిసింది అనుకోండి, ఆండ్రాయిడ్ అయినా iOS అయినా బ్లాక్బెర్రీ అయినా ఏదైనా కూడా మీరు యూస్ చేయగలుగుతారు కదా, బికాస్ యు ఆర్ లెర్నింగ్ ద కాన్సెప్ట్స్ హియర్. సో బేస్డ్ అపాన్ ద tool you can able to work very easily. So that is what we are training you here. So మీకు tool based కాదు, technology based learning ఉంటుంది, where any tool that is provided by the organization you can able to work in the organization. సో ఓన్లీ సింగిల్స్ ప్లగ్ నేర్చుకొని మీరు కంపెనీకి వెళ్ళాక ఐబిఎం క్యూరాడర్ యూజ్ చేస్తారు అనుకోండి, ఎలా వర్క్ చేస్తారు? లేదు మీరు ఐబిఎం క్యూరాడర్ నేర్చుకున్నారు, కంపెనీలో బ్లూ సఫర్ యూజ్ చేస్తున్నారు, సో అప్పుడు మళ్ళీ ప్రాబ్లమే కదా. అలా కాకుండా అసలు మీ రోల్ ఏంటి, మీరు అక్కడ ఎలాంటి వర్క్ చేస్తారు అనేది మీకు ఐడియా ఉంది అనుకోండి, దెన్ వీ కెన్ ఏబుల్ టు వర్క్ విత్ ఎనీ కైండ్ ఆఫ్ టూల్ ఇన్ ద ఆర్గనైజేషన్. సో టూల్ ఏముంది, బటన్ క్లిక్ చేస్తే వర్క్ అవుతుంది. అండర్స్టాండ్ చేసుకోండి. డే 1 మనం చేయలేము, బట్ వీ కెన్ ఏబుల్ టు అండర్స్టాండ్ వెరీ ఈజీలీ బై సిట్టింగ్ ఫర్ 1 week or 2 weeks. Easily we can able to work with the tool, but you should know how to approach to that particular scenario. That is very much important. Okay. So how do we handle the gray area where we find a potential vulnerability? This isn't clearly covered by standard compliance framework. So Divesh, so these topics will be covered during our training program, like in a step-by-step process now. So still, if you are getting any doubts during our practical time, then I can help you with these kind of things. Okay. So rather than having the conversation theoretically, when we are approaching the things practically, then you can able to understand the concepts very easily. Right. So that is what. Yeah, thank you, Divesh. And anybody, any other doubts? So you are from BTech Mechanical Engineering, pass out 2020, experience 2.3 years and SAP user. Not in IT. Can you help me to understand how this course going to help me or shape my career? So Yogesh, that is what I was telling you. cybersecurity is best fit for the people who are having the career gap, freshers, and people who are switching from another technology to IT side, from non-IT to IT, or from other domain to the cybersecurity. This is the very easy thing to get survival and existence. So as a, but you might be hiring as a fresher. The thing is like you might be hiring as a fresher, and the package might be vary initially, but within 2 to 3 years you can reach to your previous package or more than your previous package. But after some years you will be getting very good salary where you can't get such a huge salaries in other technologies. Okay, so I have many students who are having 5 to 10 years of career gap as well. Even 10 years career gap people who got placed into the companies. Okay, and one person got cracked his interview in the Sonata company with the 10 years of gap. Okay, so not only that, even there are people who switch from non-IT to IT. So recently, one of my student, he was from the recruiting background, okay, recruiting company, working as a team leader over there. Now he is working in the Bangalore as a security auditor for one of the MNC company. Okay, so there are many things. Okay, from my end, I have trained lot of people. Now I have seen lot of scenarios. So based upon my experience, I can say easily you can go with this training program. Okay, so you might be having some doubts since you're very fresh and you are about to start your careers. Okay, but based upon my experience, I was saying now you can join for this training very easily where you can switch to the IT side, and this is one of the easy thing because you don't require the coding skills and you need not to go with the algorithms or like the mathematical calculations. So the daily things, regular things which we are using in our day-to-day life, with that we can able to sustain like go into this field very easily. Okay. So anything else apart from that? So guys, in case if you're having any doubts, you can ask me. So you're having 4 years of experience in server domain after completing this course, can I get the same site? Yes, Pradyumna. So server is related to the internet related things or networking related devices, right? So you can showcase your previous experience for this technology where you are upgrading your like career opportunities. Okay, so you can use your previous experience and even your previous package will be considered into the picture, and then you can join for the security on the server side or even in the cyber security side. Okay, it will be very easy for you to enter into this domain and even your package and expense will be considered here.
So, here there is a number.
Okay. So Pradyumna, all the things are covered in our training program like the VMware and Linux and Windows, and already you are having knowledge on that. Now, even that is very much useful in the cyber security. So that won't be an issue. So yes, Siri, so it is going to be like the regular classes and the curriculum was there. So please contact the admin team. They will be helping you with the course and curriculum and the timings. Okay. Yeah, thank you, Pradyumna. And guys, still if you're having any doubts now, you can. So Divesh, the coding is not included in this training program, and for our training, the coding is not required at any position. Okay. అసలు మన ట్రైనింగ్ లో ఎక్కడ యూజ్ రాదు. Okay. For penetration testing also, we will be working over there. We will be using some query languages. Okay, we will be using some scripts and queries over there. So only there we will be using the bit of scripts and what do we say, some scripts over there. Okay, and queries, but it does not comes under complete coding part, right? And it will be very easy for you to understand. That won't be a problem. I will take care of those things. Okay. That is what the way. So based upon our requirement during our penetration testing, we will be using the scripting things and queries. Okay. So we will be discussing about them during our training. Okay. So guys, the thing is like, we are having one more session here at this time, so the time is completed and we need to give the meeting access to someone else. Still, if you're having any doubts now, you can contact the admin. The admin will like help you in clarifying your doubts. Okay. So thank you guys. I wish you have a great day and let's meet tomorrow. Thank you. Take care. Bye bye. So shall I end the meeting?